the Nest. I'm Viper, NATO behind the camera. We're going to take you through a nice long journey of 1936 and 1945, the global war on the vinyl board, brought to you by HistoricalBoardGaming.com. With intelligence, wit, strategy, and tactics that cannot be found in some other places, we're going to show you some of the newest mods that have come out with Historical Board Gaming, including a personalized rule book that you can have downloaded and printed, as well as setup cards, personalized trays, as well as other pieces that have come out in addition to many other things. Manchuria, Africa, Finland, and some other situations will be included into our game. I will be taking on the Axis powers as a Prussian relation, and NATO here will be taking on the Allies and the Communist parties with no bias. Now keep in mind that this is not an account because I am a woman and I want to play the game. It's because I'm a woman and I love the game. Being both military and brought up military, and my husband as well, we're going to make sure that you guys can see a different side of aggression as both sides of the world take on each other. Will the Axis powers change the turn of time, or will the Americas and England make sure that time can never change? Will the Communist Party step up to prayers unanswered? We'll take a look right here in Axis and Allies. Let's begin with July of 1936. Hi guys, welcome back. Viper here, coming to you right from the Nest. We're going to go ahead and go through some of these special new little pieces that we've come up with here from HistoricalBoardGaming.com. Historical Board put out a bunch of different mods, a bunch of different pieces, different things that can be very unique to each particular faction. We're going to take care of that. We're also going to look at some of the new boards that came out with the vinyl, and we're going to start here with our IPC board. IPC board, right here, the industrial points, IPPs, go month by month by month so that you can tell which turn order you're on, as well as making sure that the numbers are based for your IPPs per country. Here we have the new staging of ships, factories, and other things. In the vinyl boards version, you actually have to have a staging procedure to get your pieces on the board instead of, Japan decided they're going to be a bunch of buttholes and throw a bunch of battleships right there on the water because that was a good idea. In lieu of that, a battleship would have to start here at stage 4. You would have to pay for it, the next turn pay for it again, and again, and again, rather than throwing out the 20 IPCs that it used to be. This is kind of helpful in having your IPCs available so that you have them to purchase other items, submarines, infantry, cavalry, whatever the case may be. Our new technology charts, we happen to actually love this new technology chart in comparison to the old ones. They match up with the new vinyl pieces that go with it. So every single one of them goes together, including your advanced artillery and your advanced mechanized, both giving you a higher rates at shootings. Your heavy armor, unlocking your heavy tanks, jet aircraft, unlocking your jets, heavy bombers, long-range aircraft, advanced submarines, and advanced ASWs so that you can conflict each other on the convoy routes. Your strategic rockets, which will also go with your rocket bases right here. Radar to help you find those submarines out in the water. Wartime economy, including increasing your IPP value. Improved factories and improved shipyards, allowing you to place more pieces on the board rather than the cap that the original vanilla game comes with. These are new to the boards. We happen to love this idea. Thank you, Historical Board, for coming out with these. What these pieces do is you take the small ones that go with them, that correspond, you place your pieces on them and you can set them off to the side. Rather than having all of your items bunched up right here in the middle of Germany and Prussia, Warsaw, and everything else while you are attacking Russia or Russia's trying to attack you, you take your pieces, you put them on here, set them here, and here goes your German piece. Boom, there you are. So all this crap goes in that little square. Happy place, not a lot of crap to go with. New to the game is the Manchuria mod. which includes the new armored car, very small, very tiny. Same cost as Cavalry at 3 points, same options as Cavalry, as well as the Guantang Army and the Imperial Guard. So basically you have your little pieces right here that will go with that mod. We'll get more into that as we're playing the game. Your rocket base that you must have available with your actual technology, that will come along, and if you don't have that available, you're not shooting any rockets. Damaged rail pieces for when you've bombed the hell out of somebody's rail lines going all the way through the different European countries and across Russia and down through China. Damage to your facilities, coastal guns that can shoot at your actual amphibious landings, not passerbys. Radar when you unlock it. Shipyards, instead of just the naval bases, shipyards must be available in order for you to drop a battleship or drop an aircraft carrier or something like that. A sub base where you can build your submarines at. Pillboxes, kind of like your coastal guns, only these are land-based. They will not be destroyed unless that territory is actually taken over. Doesn't really count as much as an infantry or anything else, but it is kind of a plus, and you'll see as we play along. We'll get into the hospitals here in just a moment. Escort duties for your convoy lines, so that you have some sort of protection on that convoy line should, you know, Germany decide to take their Wolfgang pack and throw it in the middle of the Atlantic as per the history. Patrol boats unique to Japan, as well as monitor boats unique to UK. A patrol boat can only be shot down by another boat, but also takes away that -1 for crossing a river by infantry or other land units. A monitor boat can actually shoot out the patrol boat, and they can shoot at land units. Patrol boats are just there to literally patrol the rivers. You guys remember the kamikaze units that came with the original vanilla games? Included on that are the new Banzai units. This is an infantry committed based unit that is unique to Japan. Once a Banzai has been declared by an infantry unit, they cannot retreat. So keep that in mind while you're putting those together. We have our damage points for our ships and unique Marines for the Japanese. You'll notice here in the middle we have our SS divisions. SS divisions were unique to Germany as they developed all of their technologies. There is also a unique mod that goes with this. So if you can pull up the rules, you'll find that each piece can only be placed at a certain time. Not only can they only be placed at a certain time, but you have to have the piece that goes with it. So if your piece is going to become an SS motorized and you don't have a motorized and it's sitting in Berlin, you're going to lose it. So use it or lose it, and use it wisely. So for all of my Axis players out there that are right there with me, this is kind of a good idea to make sure you're paying attention to where the rule book goes. Coming back up here to our hospitals and our hospital ships. A hospital ship is very unique because it can sit out here with one of our ships. Okay, so we're going to say that Japan just had 2 casualties. Well, they came up as wounded, and we'll talk more about that later. A hospital ship can only hold 2 units. Now, the fun part about that is because it is so limited on space. The hospital ship is the same thing as a hospital, but it's just on a boat. It's not like we can float them out in the water and hope to God that they don't get eaten by something random. Whereas a regular hospital is land-based. So if we have a hospital that's sitting here in the western Ukraine and is owned by Russia, and they have an open area back here, friendly, Kiev, and Germany comes in from Poland like a rampaging bear, they can actually move the hospital. The hospitals are mobilized. However, if this hospital gets completely surrounded and has no unique friendly territory to move to, every wounded and the hospital itself is destroyed. So that is something else to keep in mind. Combat air patrol pieces will help you sink those submarines on that convoy line. You need this, and you must declare your plane as a combat air patrol. Otherwise, you cannot utilize these pieces for it. Don't forget to get your cash from historicalboardgaming.com to help you keep up with your IPPs. And we're going to go ahead and go get the board set up for you guys. Get started on Germany's turn with July of 1936.
And as we go through, we'll show you all of our turn orders, and some of our turns we will do live so that you can see that neither one of us is cheating, and that, you know, sometimes things really just do get real in the Pacific. See you next time. Like it, love it, subscribe, and comment below. We'll be back here from the nest.